Hi, I'm Ciara from the Instagram The Jungle Upstairs.
Hello, I'm Agatha from @plant.ma. We're both from New York, or we both live in New York, but from LA.
So we just became friends and now we talk all the time and send each other pictures of plants. And when Agatha started this super cool organization called Planting for Progress, she DM'd me and asked me if I wanted to join. And I was like, 100% yes, this is amazing.
Yeah, Planting for Progress, for those of you that don't know, is a plant community-based org or group, and essentially we're just a bunch of plant people that wanted to give back to our communities, specifically to support BLM, Pride, all of those kind of similar organizations. And we're like, okay, well, how could we raise funds? How could we, make money to donate to these awesome organizations? And I had a pink princess that I decided that I was not as in love with because I now had five and I could get rid of one, and decided to auction it off. And then Ciara was one of the 5, 6 people that I had reached out to and has been helping out ever since. And we've raised more than $4,000 just by auctioning off plants. So you guys can learn more at Planting for Progress if you're interested. But ever since then, we've been pretty good plant friends, I would say, or just friends in general.
Just friends and
just
plant friends. And you can tune in once a month. We do plant auctions.
Awesome. Yes, super fun.
Plants in quarantine has been my whole life.
It's honestly very therapeutic too. Do you have an everyday daily routine with your plants when you wake up? What do you usually do?
I do. So back before quarantine, I used to have Sundays be my plant day, but now that I work from home every day and spend the weekends at home and nights at home, I wake up every morning. Honestly, I usually wake up before my alarm even gets up because I'm like, gotta check the plants. And I walk around and I look at all the leaves and I pull off any yellow ones. And I used to have a stricter watering schedule, but now because I'm home all the time, I just kind of peek and see who's thirsty, who's not.
It used to take science.
Yeah,
it's look at it and be like, that needs watering. You never get to that point until you have 150 plants and you're like, I'm not gonna water all you at once.
You can't. I mean, it used to take me 3 hours on a Sunday, and now it just takes 20 minutes every morning because they're not thirsty at the same times. And I have this basil that I swear to God, I don't know where the water goes, but it needs to be watered every single day. Otherwise it's just
yeah. She's dramatic, she's thirsty, she wants it.
She's so dramatic. Anyways, but I just kind of do it on a rolling basis and it keeps it fun. And honestly, I look forward to it every morning because it's the time when no one is awake. I live with my girlfriend, Molly, and she sleeps until the second before she has to sign on for work. And so I'm up for 2 hours before her in the quiet apartment, just watering plants.
Yeah. I feel for me, it's a similar routine in terms of getting up. I usually, I also wake up a little bit before my alarm. I would say that I'm actually not a morning person, but if the sun's up, I can wake up with it. I'm kind of I don't know, a morning glory, flower. If the sun's
there. I wear one of those eye masks, so I can't even see the sun. My body is my eyes open up under the eye mask, and I'm like, it's time to water the plants.
Frozen. That's when the sun's awake, I'm awake. So I do something similar. And so the first thing I usually do is I actually refill the humidifier. I have one that runs actually for a very long time, 9 or 10 hours, which is pretty impressive. I feel I never used to run the humidifier in the summer and spring, but I feel quarantine was winter, and then it was surprise, it's July. So I just kept doing it. So it's kind of part of my morning routine. I will put some hot water on the stove, we'll make some tea, and then put some water in the humidifier, and then so everybody gets hydrated. But one little secret that I do sometimes do daily, or at least every other day, is when I'm on a call at work, it's a WebEx, a Zoom, whatever. Sometimes I'll take one plant with me, and then I'll just wipe off the leaves.
That's a plant hack. That's a work from home plant hack if I've ever heard one.
I'm okay, well, if no one has their screen on, I'm somebody that I have to be doing things all the time. So if I'm talking and listening, I actually can multitask, and I'll clean the leaves or dust it off. And every once in a while, I will say maybe once a week, and I have told my boss that I do this sometimes, I'll be on a call and I'll be repotting a plant.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I feel like I went from like, let's just take care of all the plants, and you're just like maxed out all the plant care. So you're like, let's just repot them. Like that's like the next level, because you're just like, what else can I do? But anyways, so that's the weird thing that I do when I'm on phone call.
That's a good plant hack. Well, what's your favorite plant right now? Mine always changes. So I always say right now because maybe next week it'll be different.
Or in like 5 minutes, it'll change.
That's true.
But right now, I will say that I'm in a big Hoya phase, but I will also say that my favorite all-time plants are probably monsteras, just because, like, you know, growing up, like my family's from the Philippines. I used to, you know, in LA, travel to Hawaii a lot, and then I love going to tropical places, just wherever it's warm. I feel like you see them out like in real life and you're just like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. And then that's actually how I first got my first monstera. I think I came back from a trip and I was like, I want one. And I know they're like a common house plant. So I will say right now, my favorite is the Adansonii. I hope I'm saying that correctly. And I actually have it.
Funny. I've never said that out loud because I write it. Oh my gosh, I love that one. Oh, I love it so much.
It's variegated, slightly variegated. It's like a mint variegated one.
Oh my God. And the holes are so good on that one.
Yeah, some of them are just so dramatic. You're like, ugh, I can't.
I have one back here, actually. I don't even know if you can tell, but mine's like not quite as, mine's getting long. Look at this. Oh.
That one looks like it might be a narrow form, and I think this one's a wide form. So those are like 2 buckets that they're in, but there's still so many different kinds.
See, this is why we hang out, because I'm always learning something new.
What about you? What are you into? What's happening?
Right now, my favorite is my Palea because I propagated him from like this tiny, tiny, tiny little Palea cutting. And look how huge he is now.
That is huge.
Right? Can you believe I had a cutting?
One as big as your hand? Sorry, I'm cutting you off.
No, literally. Look at this. All right. I could literally talk to you about plants all day, but I gotta go because I have some plants to water.
Okay, have fun with that. Thank you for chatting with me, and thank you guys for watching. Again, you can find me at plant.ma. Again, my name is Agatha.
And I'm Ciara from the jungle upstairs.
And you can find both of us at Planting for Progress.
Bye.
Bye.